We are no longer bikepacking. This tree just broke off and landed right in front of this girl.
That was a bit scary.
Crazy. We're already lost. How does the dirt road just end? It was completely flooded back there. No idea where I am. This tour is already changing me. It's going to be interesting.
Place in the folder. We're at Camp Strong. It's like the first lap when you go in.
All right, we're underway. The 2024 Forgotten Florida Ride bikepacking tour all around North Central Florida, starting in Steinhatchee. Just turned on to our first gravel segment. Actually very pretty. I'm gonna do so many roads that I've never done before, despite doing a lot of gravel riding in North Central Florida. A lot of this is uncharted territory in an uncharted type of riding for me. Looks like you already got a water crossing coming up.
You got it.
Made it.
A lot of rain yesterday, so this road, if you want to call it that, is pretty wet. We're already lost. Evidently we missed a turn. We're turning around and trying to find where to go. We are no longer gravel road riding. It's gone to bumpy double track.
You already know Clay.
So we've stopped to look at the falls over here. We're gonna go check out the rapids. I think this is the Steinhatchee River. Just a little rapid section here. I have not kayaked here yet. I need to kayak this river. It's only about an hour from my house, so I'm gonna put this one on the list. I'm just gonna walk through it. Whoa.
I can't even start my bike.
How deep is it?
Well, you can see.
Knee deep. We are no longer bikepacking. We're carrying heavy bikes across trees and water. So this tour is called Forgotten Florida. I'm beginning to think it should be called Forgotten Floridians. One more stop to look at this section of river. Really, really pretty.
We finished it.
This tree just broke off and landed right in front of this girl. Yep. Like right in front, right in the middle of the group. Wow. I heard it cracking. You can still see the debris falling. We heard it cracking and it broke off right there. That was insane.
Yeah. Wow. That was a bit scary.
People are freaking out. I saw the whole thing. I heard it crack and I looked up to see that tree breaking off. Crazy. Hopefully that's our drama for the trip. It's a pretty road. The group is starting to get spread out. Have not seen hardly any cars on this road. No idea where I am. Absolutely no idea. Just following my Garmin. A lot of the gravel roads that we are doing are just out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you're on paved roads where you don't see a car for miles and then you turn off and this is awesome. This route is just amazing. There's a group a little ways up ahead. A lot of people behind me. I'm just chilling, man. I don't really care about pushing hard and staying with the front group. This tour is already changing me. Back to another water crossing, and Carlos, our fearless leader, is trying to find the trail after the water.
That's true.
How does the dirt road just end into this? I'm waiting until he finds the trail before I do this. It was completely flooded back there. People were walking through waist deep water trying to find their way through. A bunch of us are turning around. This way, yeah, is the alternative. And so we're going back to the pavement, trying to find our way to the next town. I mean, they were still trying to figure it out. So I think this is the smarter choice. So we're back on the paved road that we were on before, and with a few other people, we're trying to find our way over to Mayo, which is the town we were gonna go through anyway. So we backtrack a couple miles, and hopefully we'll be back on the route in a little while. It's an adventure. So the Garmin is doing its job in rerouting us. Now that we're back on this paved road, it's telling us to go up 2.2 miles and take a right. So even though we are off route, this road is nice. It's got a wide bike lane, shade, and very little traffic. And we have a little bit of a tailwind. Stopping in Mayo, Florida. The group is split up to different restaurants. We stopped at a Mexican restaurant. I had a massive burrito. How did we do it 20 years ago with our phones in our hand? Right? Our gravel road has gone from a wide one to a narrow one with lots of puddles. Lots of puddles. Back on wide dirt road, so we're paralleling the Swanee River. I can see it on my map. It's just off to my left, past those trees. And our campsite tonight is right on the Swanee River. So we're at a rest stop, supposed to be here an hour, but it's a spring and it is not clear. So I broke out the chair. It was in my handlebar pack and it just takes about 15 seconds to put together. So I just broke it out. We're all just chilling. Everybody's hanging out. It's Carlos, the organizer. Hello. And we're doing a ride out in the lighthouse. And we're coming into our campsite for the night. Dowling Park, right on the Swanee River. Never been here before.
Yeah, it's just all kind of...
Got the campsite set up, tarp, hammock, and the chair. And now I am gonna go find some water and then take a shower so I can totally relax. I'm still full from that big burrito at lunch. I don't know if I'm gonna make dinner tonight. I've got a bunch of snacks, so it might be snack night. Yeah, that was a massive burrito. This is the Swanee River right close to our campsite. It is super high. One of the guys on our ride is from Tallahassee, and they said they got 10 inches of rain this week, which is gonna flow down this way. So to wrap up the first day of this bikepacking tour, it had a lot of adventure. We didn't ride at a very fast pace. Right at the end, there was a group that was picking up, and I just kind of jumped into the group. But for the most part, it was definitely zone 1, zone 2. More off-road sections than I thought there would be. A lot more water crossings than I thought there would be because of all the rain that we had yesterday. And that one flooded section where we took the detour, I mean, it was just the way it was. Now, the biggest challenge that I had is my fork bags fell off because the brackets fell off. And here's why. I'll show you on the bike. So on this bracket, there's a little plastic piece that you put between the bracket and the fork. Because the threads of this 9er fork are more, it's like they're more recessed, and I did not have hardly any threads, and it just, I thought it was enough, but it turned out it wasn't. And so I removed those plastic pieces. Both of them fell off. One fell off when I was riding, the other one fell off because I laid the bike down. So I didn't crash, I just set it down. So the when I took the plastic pieces off, I have plenty of thread and they held on. It's a great system. It's just, if I'm going to use those little plastic pieces, I have to go to the hardware store and get some longer bolts. So that was really like my main challenge. And you know, after your gear fails you, you're real skittish. So anytime it got bumpy, I just took it slow. I was afraid the threads stripped, but they did not. It's just those bolts were not long enough. But you can see it wraps around the fork really nicely. Like, it's almost like it's made for this fork, and it didn't mar the fork. Like, it's fine. I took it off and checked after the day, and it was fine. So that was my biggest challenge of the day, but was my solution of not using a frame bag. Most people on this tour use frame bags. I am just a very, very small percentage of population that cannot use a frame bag because my knee's rubbing it. I think it's because the Q factor. So all these things are going through my head when I was riding. So I was thinking, you know, what if I had a mountain bike with a wider Q factor? Could I use a frame bag? Because here's the deal, is if the road is really rough, like let's say you're doing like Tour Divide. I was watching a video of Tour Divide bikes recently, and everybody had a frame bag. I had the most cargo capacity on this ride than almost anybody I saw on the tour because of my, you know, full sleep system, and I brought too much food. I didn't know we were going to be stopping for so much food, and I brought my water filter. There's water here. I did not need to bring my water filter. I brought way more food than I needed to. I'm still full from that huge burrito. Yeah, but back to what I was saying is I really thought when I was riding, maybe I should like do a mountain bike, because with a wider Q factor, maybe my knees won't rub the bag. I've got another project coming up. It's a Softail bike. It's a cool project that's going to be announced on my channel pretty soon, but I could try that, you know, like maybe just borrow someone's frame bag and see if my knees rub it. Maybe they won't with that wider Q factor of a mountain bike. Plus, a lot of stuff that we were riding, you could go on a mountain bike. But what I was saying was, with saddlebags, so fork bags, saddlebags, there's just so much leverage on the outside of the bike that a seat pack and a frame bag and even a handlebar roll is just, I think, more secure, it seems like. But there was a lot of people with racks today on their bikes. But anyway, just all kind of things I'm going through as I get into this bike packing thing, what's going to work best for me. That's going to wrap up day one of the Forgotten Florida bike tour, full of adventure. Longest day is tomorrow, and then a last day is longer than we did today. So we're just getting started. All right, that's it. I'll catch you in the next video. Stay tuned for day two of the Forgotten Florida tour. It's going to be interesting. All right, see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.